So, what is sextortion, and would you use it as a term regularly?
I wouldn't really use the term sextortion. Interestingly enough, I don't have a word for it in the first place. I assume many of us don't. But I understand what it is. It's the exchanging of explicit pictures or nudes, expecting the other person to be a girl your age, only to find out that it's some middle-aged man trying to blackmail you. I mean, to be honest, I didn't quite understand the scale of it until rather recently. I thought it was, like many of us that even know about it, a lot of us don't even know it happens. But those of us that do, we assume it's something small, something you'd see in the news between like a couple of odd individuals, not entire syndicates dedicated.
Do you think that's because we're embarrassed to talk about it as the youth?
I definitely feel like there's some taboo concerning it. A lot of us, it's not a rather comfortable topic to sit down with your friends and not only be so open to talk about news, but talk about something that a lot of us aren't even taught about. So, I mean, we don't even know where to start normally on such topics. I mean, do you feel comfortable talking to your friends about it?
No, I don't think it's not the topic that you'd initially bring up, I think especially with sort of maybe workshops or things like that, that's when they come in and that's when you talk about it. But in an everyday conversation with your friends, there's so many other trivial things to talk about rather than something as serious as sextortion.
If you think this happened to like one of our friends, God forbid, how do you think we could make them feel more comfortable about it?
I think maybe normalising the situation in the sense, of course, it's not normal. It doesn't happen every day. But I think maybe having conversations, more regularly, or having workshops, or having teachers talk about it in lessons, things like that, will help when it does, happen, if it does happen, people to be able to come out to their friends, knowing that they will be more supportive and knowing that, they don't have to talk to their friends. Maybe they can talk to teachers instead, or just, trusted adults as well, just because that will help people, get it off their chest, and it will help them, relieve the situation, because of course there are things that can be done about it. And there are websites that can take, news offline. If you did have a friend confide in you about sort of sextortion or nude images that they have sent, what advice could you give them, even if they don't want to talk to an adult? Do you think that you'd be able to step up?
I feel like the most important thing for me would be to console my friend, make sure they understand there's no judgment, they can talk to me, make sure they know that they have my support in anything they do, whilst also trying to help them gain more confidence in themselves and be more willing to open up about this to an adult. Slight encouragement, but of course I don't want to force them. I don't want to make them uncomfortable. Just slight encouragement, reminding them. What do you think technology companies and people who give us workshops, teachers, what do you think they should be doing to help with this whole situation?
I think definitely technology companies should moderate what's on their websites and what's online. And things like, especially sort of age inappropriate things and age restrictions. I know that's hard to enforce, but I think it's important that we try and do something about that. Because of course, indecent images for children can be problematic and they can hold it in. If you can immediately, anonymously, tell someone about it and try and get it removed, that can help you, be a bit more relieved about your situation, feel a bit more confident in yourself so that you can talk to an adult who can maybe do something better.